With SoFi, you can trade stocks, ETFs, and invest in IPOs at IPO prices.
All right. Shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming. Oh, my goodness. The title of this message. Shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming with a message. The title of this message is, what was it? What happens? What happens when it's over? What happens when it is over? I'm speaking of this day in which we are living in, the way we hear things, the way we see things, the way things are going on and taking place. What happens when it's over? Just let's take the media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Patriot, Rumble. I said YouTube. Once it's gone, then what? What happens when it's over? The first one I believe they're going to snatch in full control would be TikTok, because they fed up with TikTok being able to speak so openly, and it gets around to everybody. They don't like that. So what happens when it's over? What is over? The way you have seen things to be, the way you have lived, the way you have used the media to gain information, the way you have took on living these last, let's say, 20 years. What happens when those ways that you are so detached to is over? And all it takes is a blink of an eye to change it all. What happens when it's over? Do you all know there are millions of people who never gave that a thought? They believe that everything is going to reside as comfortable as possible, in spite of all the chaos going on in the world. What happens when it's over? Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you all. What happens when it's over? What type of mindset would you say people would have? Let's say the first day they take TikTok off air. What you think will happen? Let's say TikTok is still existing and they take Facebook and YouTube off. What happened? What do you think would happen? What do you think that would happen? I would say again, millions and millions and millions and millions wouldn't even give that a thought. The strangest thing that I've noticed is when Yah have to come back to me and say, but didn't you just say that yesterday? Didn't you say that 2 days ago, Deborah? Today I was doing just a little study on how things happen and are every stage that Yah has created, it end. And today, I believe it is a time that people would never think nor feel that the ways of today would come to any type of closure or end. They think everything is going to continue. I myself feel that very few people are preparing for the kingdom itself in a way of wanting to be right. They can't prepare for nothing. He already have everything written. But the ideal of preparing to meet the most high Yah when he do come, just trying to feel ready and prepare. And those type of people, you know what? They could care less what happens when it's over. Because they got within their spirit, I got he that holds it all. So it can be over at any time. It's fine with me. There are a lot of people that are content with just being in the midst of the bosom of the Father. They don't care if it's over on the left. They don't care if it's over on the right. They don't care if Facebook shut down, Twitter, TikTok, and no other platform. They're not caught up in it. Those are people who got their eyes set to the hills from where their true help come from. They're not down here thinking that these things that we have taken on is going to be here forever for us. No, And I'm kind of trying to I'm tripping over myself because I'm kind of scared to say something. And it ain't that I'm scared, but I'm thinking about what Yah done to me 2 days in a row. And what he did to me before I came on live, he said, you remember you said the other day, yesterday, he told me, you said yesterday to the people that young man, Charlie Kirk, his wife was involved in that. The moment the Father brought that up to me, I really did, y'all. I got scared. Because he reminded me of Charlie Kirk the day he got killed. Instant, less than an hour after he was shot. I said, that's assassinate. Somebody assassinated him. That's Israel. And I had no idea of his connection to Israel. None whatsoever. And then I said yesterday, his wife was partaker in it. The reason why y'all wanted me to look at it clear, because he the one that told me. I didn't tell myself. He just said to me, you're saying things, Deborah. You remember how you used to cry out to me? Yeah, I did. I cried out to the Most High. Because let me tell you why. See, there was a time where he would come to me and say, this is going to happen. And bam, a day or two, it happened. Then there's a time period where he said, this is going to happen. Then it happens like 3 to 6 months later. Then it got to the point where he was telling me things that happened a year later. Then it got to the point where he was telling me things that happened years later. But what's scary for me is he reminding me on when he tell me something, and the moment he tell me, here it show up the next day. Now that's one of the big talk, and he wanted me to see it. He wanted me to see it, and I had not seen it, and he wanted me to see it. I said, that is what you told me yesterday, but I brought it up yesterday that she was partaker in his that which happened to her husband. She was 100% involved in that. Okay. Everyone who they have to take out, it has to be a sacrifice of their loved one. Kobe Bryant, his wife knew that was his last day. Michael Jordan, he knew his father was the sacrifice. Kanye, he knew his mother was the sacrifice. James Brown, he knew his wife was a sacrifice. It goes on and on and on. Even the Jacksons knew Michael was the sacrifice. They know. They don't get me wrong now. We all come here. We all going to go out. Meaning we come to living, and we all going to die. And just because these people were known don't mean they can't die like nobody else. Don't get it bent. But what Yah is saying to me, I'm starting to show you, they say things to you, and you need to keep your eyes open for the very words I speak unto you. And the scary part is, I was always afraid of the fact that if you tell me something, it's going to happen real soon. You see? So that's where I'm at today. That's where I'm at today. Just thinking, well, why did you bring that up to me, Father Yah? Because I want you to see that it's across the media. Everybody's saying that his wife has something to do with it. I'm saying, but you told me that already. But yet I want you to see how quick, from the time I've told you, how now they're just now getting it. So I say unto you, be careful dealing with Sister Deborah. Your best bet is to get off of here and never return. Because the moment he gives me something, I'm going to shoot it out. And the reason why I brought that up is when I felt that I wasn't saying what happened when it's over for no reason. That title was given unto me. You want me to tell you how? I had a hard time trying to bring it into some understanding of the spirit. How can I bring it and present it? And I looked at what happens when it's over. So I said, okay, we know that the media, if it's all these platforms shut down, they'll be at Mess Creek. That'll be, you all will look at me like I'm crazy. But the very words I'm speaking right now, you're going to start to see the effect quicker than anything anybody can say on this platform, on these platforms. You're going to see them manifest right before your very eyes. That's why I hesitated to put this as a title. But I felt led. So right now I'm thinking, okay, I sat down and I started doing me some study on what happens when it's over. How can I apply this to a message? And as I was trying to set up something, that's what he was telling me. Are you paying attention that I'm revealing things to you? Instant, and it's happening Quick. It's a reminder to me of when I was a young girl. When he say something, bam, there it is. You see? So it's almost like going back and he bringing it forward. So my whole idea of this title wasn't something I picked. So if I didn't pick this title and I was just following what was in me, what happens when it's over? Who is he talking to out there? Is he talking to you? Is he talking to you? Who is he talking to? Is he talking to Sister Deborah? He could be. But we're going to find out as the days go on. What happens when it's over? I went chasing the media. How everything Yah created for a time and a season. It came and it went. This day, I don't care what has been on the media. CNN, NBC, CBS, all these talk shows, all these podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, I don't care what they putting on these platforms. It's not moving, not one person. It's not moving. That means no one is taking it in, what is actually taking place. It is such a denial that these things are actually taking place before us. We are embedded in it, portraying as if these things are not actually taking place. So being so, what happens when it's over? Who is he talking to? Like I said, the first thing that I took on was all of these platforms. Because you know what that was? Anybody know what happens when they shut it down? Anybody? What is your ideal of YouTube and Facebook being shut down? Let's say TikTok being shut down. What do you think the reaction of the people, the actions of the people, if they were to convert it and change it to a way they are in full control, which will shut it down? How do you think humans would act? What would happen when that time period is over for these platforms? Anybody? What do you think would happen? You all, let me tell y'all, when he gave that to me and wanted me to see that what I told you, Deborah, are you not looking? You're not seeing? It's showing you how even Sister Deborah can be off balance. If the Ruach has to remind me, what did I tell you? And I'm like, yeah, you said that to me, but yeah, I didn't even see it online. When I start to flick, going all over the place, I'm seeing exactly what he told me. People are talking about it today. This is the second time in a row that he have said something an instant. It's like a day or two and they own it. Yeah, we have changed. Not we as people, but Yah has changed the way he's moving. He have changed the way he's moving. So when I sit and tell you, it's scary because what he's actually saying, you're thinking because I said, what happens when it's over? I want you to remember when I told you those two situations before it even crossed the media. I gave it to you and you spoke it in 2 videos. So I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to have to be more cautious in the things in which I upload, which I speak on as far as coming live or making a video. Because what is happening when it's over, we all should have a plan in that. What happens when it's over? Let's go to John, the Gospel of John. Let's go to Gospel of John, chapter 17. Let me see which one I want to go to. No, that's not it. Let me see which one I want to. Let's go to the Gospel of John, chapter 4, verse 34. This is getting dangerous, y'all. This is really getting dangerous. I'm having problems with breathing. This is really getting dangerous. When you get to the Gospel of John, chapter 4 and verse 34, here you see Yeshua said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Now, see, Father, I'm going to have to stop. I thought he was Yah. So what will is he going to do if he's Yah? Who will of him is he going to do? Midnight hour? 8, 9, 10,000 years. And they still today don't know the Son of Man from the Son of Yah. I just had to throw that in. So let me get to where I was talking about. Listen to what Yeshua is saying unto them. My meat is to do the will of him that sent me. Wait a minute, but I thought you was Yah. Deborah, get to the, okay. Let me stop. It says, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his, you don't see no S by, work. You see? The Son of Man, even when the Son of Yah was his 100% support, he still knew that he had a will to complete by the one that sent him and to finish his work. So what did that say? What happens when it's over? Yeshua letting you know. I got to be about my Father's business because guess what? It's a finish to it. I got to finish this thing. Why? Because my purpose is over. My purpose is over. That's what he said. My meat is to do the will of him that sent me. Now, I wonder why they bypass that. And to finish not my work, but his work. What I like about it, I do not see an S behind works. So it's showing you that his work was the work of Yah. And guess what? The work of Yah is spiritual. His work that he come down here to do was detached to spiritual work of Yah. But then he's letting you know, finish it. Could he have left out, meaning pass away, before he finished the work? No, he can't. Even if he tried, he wasn't going nowhere. The work was already invested in him, y'all. Heavens had already sealed it in him. So no, he cannot, and no, he could not. He could not get out of the work. He had to finish it. And he was telling it to the disciples. I got a work to do. I got to finish it. The question is to today, are you close to finishing the work y'all have invested or willed for you? If Yeshua said he had a work, what would be our purpose coming here and not finishing anything? But we just here to be who we are, and that's just it. When you think of what happens when it's over, if Yeshua can warn the disciples, so the disciples can warn us that there's a finish to our work, to our purpose, you guys. And once he's actually letting you know when he finished his work. Do you see him crying? Do you see him sad? Do you hear him sounding like maybe you think he was sad? He was crying. He was hurt. He was disappointed. It hurt him that he had to do the work to finish. The finished work was for what? What was his finished work? Anybody know? Who can tell me what was Yeshua's finished work? The finished work. What was his finished work? He had a finished work. That was going to be over. Anyone happen to know Yeshua's finished work? His finished work was to lay down his life for our sin. Exactly. That's the finished work, you guys, of the Son of Man. Just imagine to be you able to just stand there before your 12 disciples and actually tell them you got to do your Father's will to finish his work. And you know what your finished work means. You got to die. But it didn't stop him from telling his disciples that he got to do the finished work, even though the finished work was what? That he died. We today have no idea that we have to have a work in us. And that work either has to represent the darkness or the light. But either or, it's a finish to it. It's a finish. So this title is not just a title to inform you about what happens when it's over. But when you know what is invested in you through the finish of the purpose in which you are called, it doesn't matter what happens when it's over. So what if they close Facebook? So what if they close down TikTok? So what if they close down YouTube? So what? How do you think the people in this world who have all these podcasts, who have all these pages, and they've been getting paid all these years, see how much is invested in the power of what happens when it's over? People who are doing videos, deceiving people by great numbers on this devil platform, and the devil platform have paid them greatly. Guess what? Not just everybody that's on these platforms, that Satan has taken care of them 100. Guess what? Those are the ones that's going to be more chaotic. If anything were to be over. Why? Because they have invested. They have sold their spirit to it. They done sold their whole living off to the platform. Just imagine, it's closed down. Now what? The reason why I brought that to you is just consider cash. Just say cash. What happens when it's over? When there's no more cash? Now you have to do what they tell you to do because they wiped away cash. You think that ain't gonna happen? Oh yeah. At a blink of an eye, before you know it, it's going to be there before you. Oh yes. But what happens when it's over? No more cash. We can't go to the store and say, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. Or I got to get some food, I got to get some water, I got to get some detergent, and you can't use cash no longer. Do you all really believe that they're going to set it up that it goes real smooth? I think this is what Yah is saying. What's happened when it's over? He's not talking about your life. He's talking about the things that they have put together and now is ready and successful to put into play, to shake everybody's foundation. All of it gonna lead up to killing, murdering. If you ever thought of mental, people be talking about mental disorder and mental disease. Let me tell you something. What would happen when it's over and got mental ain't got nothing to do with that? It's going to be worse than mental. People who've been on these platforms, living high on a hog with everything they received. Why did they receive what they received? At the number and the level they received for so many years. Why? Because deception is what they sold. A lot of y'all have no idea. Let's go to the man that passed away. What was his name? Bacham. Am I pronouncing his name? I remember hearing him years ago, and I thought that something was wrong with him. Why? Because he wasn't teaching the message in spirit and truth and no light. No ruach was in him and for him. The message he was teaching was to a bunch of people that he had I ain't gonna say he had no other choice. He chose to teach them based on how he wanted them to feel and to trust in him. You see? And he did it for years, teaching it out of order, totally out of order. A few months ago, I've heard him And I was just stunned. Because I said, this ain't the same one who was teaching all that stuff to all of his audience out in his in the audience. Always was Europeans. He always boast Israel. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. But in the last few months, I've heard him, not to where I listen to him every day. I might have heard him every week, though. His message had changed. His message had changed. It started to make sense. In all those years that he's been preaching and teaching, now he's saying something to put him on the right track. But why are people thinking nothing is ever going to happen and it's not an over game, or it's not going to be over for each and every last one of us? But I know this for a fact. When y'all send hands down and they go on a different track, oh, he'll get them back, but he have to take them out. You see? He'll get them back, but once he get them back, he take them out. Why? So they won't lose their spiritual seat. All of us have been in areas that does not represent Yah throughout our life. But notice we can actually say today, ooh-wee, at least I feel I'm on the right track. This man taught them people and in them colleges and teaching them exactly what pleased them and pleasured them and make them feel he was all that and some. And I never could understand. I said, why would you sit and be preaching that message to them knowing that's a lie? I used to always say that about him. But I am a living witness, and I will say to you, in the last few months, I have heard his preaching, his sermons. They were reversed. They made sense. You see? They were reversed. He was speaking different. He was teaching that thing different. And guess what, you guys? What he was saying was totally different than what he had misled the multitude to believe. But he felt okay being there. You all don't understand. Many people are in a situation where they are comfortable in it because the way they're selling themselves out to it. You see? So it become comfortable. A lot of y'all did not even know that Charlie Kirk had millions coming in. 100 millions and 100 millions coming in to his organization. Where were they coming from? Israel and all the power billionaires all over the place. What do you think that was about? As long as you do what we say, speak what we say what we want you to say, and keep it going. Now, we trying to win these young people. We need you to go into them and start teaching this. This man said things. My oldest daughter said, I ain't never heard him say anything about African Americans. I ain't never heard him say that. And I was like saying to myself, I say, well, that's on you. I'm saying this to myself. Because if I had to say something, then I had to shut it totally down. And I'm learning. I said, now, I don't believe that. These melanated people are not out here saying he said these things, Crystal, if he had not said it. I ain't never heard him say it. Look, he did say things. But did he mean it? Money, wealth, and millions coming in silenced him on only saying what he really supposed to say, positive things to the young people in these colleges. Don't be saying this negative thing. How are you what are you trying to say? What signs are you sending to these college students? You're not sending them on their way. And then when it's time to get out, how do you get out? Do y'all know how you get out? Dead. Poor Kobe Bryant and his wife participated in it. Michael Jordan's father, and he participated in it. All of them have to participate. It's a sacrifice. They've been doing it for years. You have to sacrifice something. I know Michael Jordan had a game going on that he was supposed to give up or lose or allow the team to lose. The same day his father got killed. And if you just look at how his father was killed, you know something's going on. Pops, why ain't you at the game? You was way somewhere you ain't got no business being in. How did you get there? And then you're wondering about these people who are out here killing people, sacrificing them. See, the game is out here deeper than what you can even imagine. And the sad part to me is where people place themselves in this thing to where they so numb to what's going on, to where I would hate it to come that close to you for you to see what was already said that shall come to pass. Because the question still rests. What happens when it's over? So this man, Bochum, I feel that somewhere along the line that he reversed his teaching. Somewhat. But it was Yah's doing, because he was going to allow him to his life to end. And the way that he allowed him was also to get him back on the track in which he sent him down here on. You see, to me, that's an awesome creator. You all off balance, but yet he's going to get you on the right track before he allowed them to do anything to you. What did he say? You can kill the body, but I'm not concerned about the body. I got the spirit of who that person is. And then I sat back and I said, but Father, wait a minute, something still ain't right. And I'm looking at it like I was looking at those other situations. And then I began to see them connecting Charlie Kirk with this man's life. It doesn't make sense. Why are y'all putting them two together? Anybody in the live chat have any idea? Why would they put those two together? All you have to do is look on the media and you see it. Why would they put this melanated man life passing away and connecting it to Charlie Kirk? Why? Anybody, shoot your best shot. Someone said distraction. Okay. Someone says distraction. Did you say he got stung? I know they said it was a medical incident. And when it's a medical incident, what does that mean? Anybody? Oh, someone else says to cause division. Okay. Someone else said distraction. But why put both of them together? Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. And many of you all might not have noticed it, but yes, they do. And they are putting them two, both of their faces together. Thank you. Now you're getting there. Now you're getting there. Exactly. There you go. You're getting close. Real good. There you go. You see what I'm saying? Zionists. Yep. You're getting close. Now, Sister Deborah is not going to follow it on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok. I'm not going to follow it. All I needed to know, what role did Yah play in it? And that was to get him back home. It's nothing like making it back home, y'all. I don't care what now one of y'all say. Be at the right place, the right time, and doing the right thing and make it home. This is what he said. Don't be worried about how they can destroy the body. If I got the spirit, you coming home. You see? And I couldn't, at first I was like seeing him as, okay, he reversed his way, his teaching. But wait a minute. He ain't supporting Israel like he was. He's doing the same thing Charlie Kirk was doing. Did y'all know? He taught in the colleges. He's been many of places being top dog and teaching this biblical, this Bible, you see? So he had what it takes to be able to feed the people spirit and truth in the light, but he didn't. So who was his supplier that allowed him to get all these positions that he have had amongst all these European churches? Large churches, y'all, in case y'all didn't know that. A lot of y'all didn't. You see? Somebody got their hand in the cookie jar. And it's the one that's always thinking they got the power to put their hand in the cookie jar. And that's those the Israel, the fake ooze. They over here as well. They rule this country, and they always did. I thank the Father for allowing me to know that years ago. I mean, like years ago, y'all. I'm not finding this out. I knew this years ago. You know, this was years ago that I knew this. You see, I knew they had it because I had to go to court a couple of times. And then I did not like how they controlled the judge. And when I saw that, my ex-husband said, you said they controlled it? He just was shocked. And you know, it's a sad thing, because he brought that up to me about 3 months ago. He said, but Deborah, they rule the court. I said, oh, so you still remember that? Oh, yes, they do. They use the United States government. They control the government, the system of this country, everything. So the question is to you, what happens when it's all over? When it's over, not all over, but when it's over. People are dropping like flies. Do you think people are paying attention to that? Nah. As long as it ain't me. So you see how Sister Deborah always talk about me, and man. That's the mind frame in this country today. I don't care about what happened as long as it ain't me. Don't understand after it didn't happen to this one, this one, this one, this one. It's just amount of time it's knocking at your door. Say, what's up? What's up with this? I am so grateful to see what Yah is allowing me to see in this day and time. That means nothing can come upon Sister Deborah and put her into shock. Nothing. All because the preparation, the long suffering, and the endurance in what you're able to see, and you know that's coming because you've seen it already. You're being prepared. If it had not been for him allowing me to be able to see it in the spirit realm as well as the natural, then I'd be stuck. Because I'd probably fall out dead before you would. Because it'd be too much for me to handle. But that's how he worked it in me. He allowed me to see it in the spirit realm first and foremost. And then he let me see it in the natural. And it's nothing you can do but long suffer and endure it. Endure it because it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm not going to get on these platforms and give people a bunch of stuff they want to hear. I'm not going to do that. Because I look at all these children I have, even though they're adults, I do not want to disappoint Yah by giving people what they want to hear, what they want to feel. And they don't have no idea of their emotions and their feelings is your flesh. You want to hear what you don't want to hear. Why? Because that's going to open your eyes so you can see. That's going to cause your light to shine more and more and more. That's going to cause you to hear something to be able to feed to someone else. Because people are going through. But a lot of us, not us, but a lot of people, they're not caught up on what happens when it's over. Because, watch this here. You would probably think I'm a cuckoo clock. But I think that if they shut down TikTok, okay, and they shut down YouTube and Facebook, the backlash would be worse than them shutting down your bank account. It will be worse. You know why? When they shut down TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, you know that's it. That's it for you. It's over. You know that's over. Why? You weren't doing nothing with it no way. So they begin to think about what they could have said, what they should have said, how they could have led the people, how they could have did this. I could have, or if they were still on, I could have did this. I would have told the people this. I would have, Y'all gave you 10, 20, 30, not 30, but I'm just kind of pushing it, but gave you many a years to speak spirit and truth in the light. And you chose to speak you. So when it's all shut down, when they, let me show you the difference. But when they shut the banks down, the people going to say, when they shut my bank down too, they shut everybody's banks down, so they got to give us something. They're not going to be bit as much as they shut these here platforms down. I'm telling y'all. That's just the mindset of the people in this country. And if you don't think the mindset of these people in this country is something ain't wrong with it, you know, every European in this country should be trying their hardest to get along with our sick self. I'm serious. I am dead serious. Because their own people is setting them up from the floor. Setting them up big time. You know how it says you can't miss what you never had? We done been through so much as a people. We can put up with anything that comes our way. Do y'all know that? Oh, yeah. We can put up with anything. But them, they couldn't. They wouldn't be able to. Their best would have been to come into some sort of form to watch this here, to fight back at the system. But the system got them so rooted in hate. They trying to get them to fight against the people who are the less of the less in percentage. But they know that their heart is so hateful toward these people. We need to get them to go up against the people. Why? We know what's going on. We know we can't go do it. Why? Why can't the elites, those who rule this country, why can't they do it? Why can't they do it? You all did not understand all the things that Donald Trump had passed, destroying the museum, taking this away from black people, not wanting this to be in schools, all these things. It wasn't because he was doing it because he wanted to change it. He was doing it trying to show the Europeans, America, our sense of America being great is to do these sort of things to these black people. So they're sending a sign to America, the Europeans here in this country. See, we ain't doing you like this. We're doing them. And they thinking that MAGA is for them. No, baby. Did y'all know MAGA is coming for their own people? Y'all didn't even know that. Y'all didn't even know that. 99.9 didn't know that. They're not coming for melanated people. But they got to fool their own people to believe they are. Satan, no, he better not come nowhere near. But the people can. The people will come up against Judah. But the elites, they already know we can't do it. We can't do it. We already know where we stand. We know we know who they are. We ain't gonna bother. Now we'll help y'all by making y'all think that we want you, but we only gonna help you enough to get you to go out there to do it, and they're gonna do it. Matthew 24, verse 6 and 7. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It's gonna work. So when you thinking Donald Trump is doing hate things and he is doing evil things, but he doing it so their hands can be off and get the people of this country hands to be on. And it has been successfully because a lot of you all, like I say, people who are me, y'all say leave them alone. They me now. They're going to be DDD. Because what is actually happening is the people are killing and murdering and taking and doing things greater than they have ever. But the media is only covering certain ones for right now, enough to get a racial riot started. You see? And Judah is in their community finding room to kill up their people and belittle their women that's having their babies. Father, it's gone. So all this stuff that's actually taking place, people have no idea. Donald Trump, the elites, they ain't trying to destroy us. They trying to fool the American people, which they did successfully so far, so that American people can come after us. Same thing with all of this shooting. I don't know if y'all see all this shooting in different states. You got it in Tennessee, you got it in Georgia, you got it in Chicago. All these shootings from European people shooting in these different states. I mean, just shooting up people. They haven't gripped the fact that they are controlling the minds of most of these people. I believe that without a doubt. Another thing, they want to be able to bring martial law. See, a lot of y'all think because they sent the military there to Chicago and in Washington, that was it. No, baby. No. They've got to get martial law. Martial law, those who will work under the martial law, guess what they don't like? Policemen. Didn't somebody today shoot 5 policemen? Today? You notice a lot of policemen is getting caught up in a lot of this gunfire, and it's killing a lot of them, and their own people doing it. You see what I'm saying? Their own people doing it. And no matter how their own people take their lives, they're going to always find room to blame melanated people for things so it can continue. So you see how the Europeans are being set up. The Europeans have no idea that they crossed that line where y'all is at toward the melanated people in this United States. They're going to be in more trouble than they have ever bargained. And that's what's happening. They reversing it toward their own people. And they can't help but put it on the media because it's so much of it. And right now, it's something they always did. But right now, they are snapping. They are doing things that they always wanted to do. They picking a lot of these young men that they can trigger their minds to go out and do stuff. I'm telling you, the system got it made in how they planning on doing away with many of people in this country. And they want that racial war to take place, and they don't understand that it ain't going to be the type of war that they think that they're going to be able to display. It's not going to be that way. You're going down, baby. You're going down. It's a setup to manipulate you to believe this mega is for you. They are 100 million times against you, and you're too ignorant to see it. When they take from blacks' banks, they're going to strip your banks just as much. When they take from homes, you're going to be listed in it too. Matter of fact, you're going to be the one they get going for first. Why? Because they don't want the type of war where they are being fought against. So they got to bring the war to the front line among the people. So that's their whole plan, the end of this year and the beginning of the next year, to get some racial war going on. And all of them is in on it. All of them is in on it. So it's like, what would happen when it's over? And that is a question all of us should ask ourselves. As you go to John chapter, in the Gospel of John chapter 17 and verse 4. In the Gospel of John chapter 17 and verse 4, it says, I gave glory, I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work. Notice it's not works, because it's a spiritual mission. It's work which thou give it to me to do. Now, what happened along the line that millions and billions of people would tell you the Son and the Father is the same entity? Why is the Son seeing somebody work he is doing? Somebody gave him something. You see, I can bring stuff up like that 24/24 all day long, and it wouldn't matter because it wouldn't move anybody. This is how far people's spirit is gone to out of anything that is related to light. It's gone. It's gone. People cannot see, not even a pin needle of light, because they allow their spirit to go so far from the light to where the light don't want to have nothing to do with them no way, because it says you ain't supposed to have it anyway. You know, it's just so far away. And here in the Gospel of John, chapter 17 and verse 4, I have glorified thee. Wait a minute. On the earth. Who is this? I have finished the work. See what I'm saying? It's over. He finished the work. He said it, which thou gavest me to do. How many of you would hear Sister Deborah say unto you, what happens when it's over? It don't matter to me. I have finished. I have completed, or I have done the work of Yah. How many? The question lie on you. How many of you all can say, what happens when it's over? When I have finished the work that Yah has given me. You see? That's messed up from the flow up. That's messed up from the flow up. Who cares about what happens when it's over? I done my part. That's what Yeshua is saying. And he letting you know, I'm the flesh like y'all are. I'm the son of man. I finished mine. Even if death was a part of it, I finished it. Paul finna get crucified. He began to tell you it's a race. He ran his race. He's getting ready to die. Wait a minute, hold up, Paul. What happened when it's over? Deborah, I don't care about it's over. I was about my Father's work. So let it be over. And he began to say something like, I have fought a good fight. I ran this race and I finished my course. Well, wait a minute, hold up. It's over then, huh, Paul? Yeah, Deborah, I rumbled. How many people today can actually say what happens when it's over? When I have finished my course, I have done my work. See? You couldn't even get nobody to say it. Because deep down, it ain't even deep. In them, they have stood back and done nothing. So what happens when it's over? It's over for you. It's over for you. They close these media, these platforms down, it'll be over for you. They close these banks down, it'll be over for you. We that hold the work of the Father, we embrace it being over because we have done the work of Yah, meaning the purpose that he has purposed us on the earth. So now let's go to Revelation 21. In Revelation 21 and verse 6. Revelation 21 and verse 6. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega. We know that's the beginning and the end. You know what? Guess what we can actually say? We can actually say that we came in as the beginning, and we all man, humans have an end. We have a beginning and we have an end. So here, the Most High is said in verse 6, Revelation chapter 21 and verse 6. And he said unto me, it is done. Okay, it's finished. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto them that is at thirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. Freely. That's it. He's letting you know when it's over, he has set that which he's going to give to those in which, let's go up to verse 5, in which he feel fit that they are entitled because he sent them down for a purpose. Okay? Verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. Verse 6. And he said unto me, It is done. In a sense, it's finished. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. That means eternal life. That means eternal life. Watch what verse 7 say. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his Yah, and he will be my son. What does he mean, overcome? Overcome. He that overcometh shall inherit. It's a form of endurance. It's a form of long suffering. You see? I like how y'all got all his T's crossed and all his I's dotted to where ain't nothing gonna, interfere with his order from the kingdom. Even us who portray to other people that we too are likened to the Father, but we don't have nothing to represent. Now, let me explain something to y'all. You know how it tells you that y'all didn't choose you because of your works. You remember? You can't get in heaven because of your works. It's not based on your works. What do y'all think that means? Anybody? What would you think he means by you can't get to heavens based on your works? You know what he's talking about, y'all? The works in which you can't get to heavens with is the work that he gave you to do. So it's not yours. So you can't get to heavens based on your work, because only one can give us that type of work is him. And it wasn't given to you so that you can get to heaven. It was given to you because heaven gave it to you. So that man and woman won't come down here and think that the way to the kingdom, if I can do some work. And that work is likened to a brand, you guys. Like belief, righteous, faith, and the fear of Yah, the hope, the blameless. The work is likened to that. But you just can't get there through that work. Because it ain't yours. It is given to you. So it ain't like you got it on your own, so it's yours. That's why you can't get to the kingdom by your works. He's letting you know, no, not by yours. And not by mine. You can't get there. That's not your key to the kingdom. Because a lot of people would think that. That's how they think in this day and time, period. Not in this day and time. It's been like that in the churches everywhere. Or if I go to church every day, I go to Bible class, I teach Sunday school. We have different auxiliaries, and we do all kind of things to feed the poor. All of this. Do y'all know it won't get you nowhere? It won't get you nowhere. Why? The only things that you do for Yah will stand for you in the kingdom. Not the things that you do that man gives you to do and you get the glory and man get the glory, but only the things you do for Yah. And you can't do nothing for Yah that he don't give you to do. That's why your works can't get you to the kingdom. And if he give you work, it's because he give you the tools to serve him in the purpose in which he purposed you to come down here. But the spirits of people, I'm going to go there. The spirits of people. Where is a key? I ain't even got my keys. I don't need that. I got the keys. I'm there already. All I'm waiting is for him to get me. The whole world is. In case y'all didn't know that. The whole world is waiting for y'all to come get them. Didn't you hear them talking about the rapture? Do y'all know how many people was involved in saying that? Do you all understand how many pastors and how many churches that was involved in that, saying that the rapture was it the 23rd of this month? After he done told us in our spirits, I don't know if he ever told y'all. No man know. And it wasn't because you see it written. No man know. People don't even understand how the order is. It is so many things that has to take place, you guys. Tribulation, perilous times, lawlessness on the land, racial wars, not wars against wars. He wants you to don't get your focus on that because that's a trap. But he say racial wars, when you're nation against nation, mean people against people. Kingdom against kingdom. In this country. That's how it's going to go. No one is paying attention that when Yeshua come, Yeshua ain't coming down by himself. Well, why can't he come down by himself, Deborah? Because that's not how y'all assign him to come back. People, when he comes back, he's just coming to collect on the four corners, and he ain't coming. He's coming with angels and to collect the four corners. Only the righteous. Why don't people get it, Father? Only what makes you think there's gonna be a rapture for you? And he's not coming like that. He's coming with the angels to collect on the four corners of the earth. Now, when he does that, guess what? He's going to also collect the goats. He's going to separate the sheep, which is the righteous one, from the goats, which are the unrighteous. He's going to separate them. You know why he's going to separate them? He's going to get the righteous, and he's going to separate them from the goats. Because guess what, y'all? All of y'all thinking that we're going to stand before the judgment seat of Yah. Oh, no, you ain't. You're going to stand before the glory of the Son of Man. He's the one that's going to be doing the separation. He's going to tell those on the right, you are the righteous one. Come. Let's go to the throne of the Father. See, and you're thinking that they're going to be able to come to the throne. They're not going to be able to come to the throne because Yeshua is going to be separating on the left the goats and on the right the sheep. But the sheep are the righteous one. He's going to tell them, come on, let's go to the altar that was prepared for you. And the other ones, he just said, no, when I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was out there, you didn't take me in. So it's going to be him taking them to the lake of fire, seeing that they go to their destiny. That's what Yeshua is going to do. But he's coming with angels to collect And he's going to do the separation. Y'all ain't got no business doing the separation, no way. Because he already know who's who and what's what. He already know. You can't come through his throne thinking, you're going to get away with just walking up. I'm the one. No, you can get away with it with Yeshua, but you ain't going to get away with the Father. Because he knows all things. So the question of this message was, what happens when it's over? And I'm just stepping only in the realm, and then I'm going to tell you at the end why, of it's over, meaning the media, what they're going to do and what they're going to take from individuals. I believe they have found something so great that would help them to eliminate the population, and it worked so well for them, which is the bio. I think they're going to break out with one of those, but I believe before they do that, no one saw them snatching everything out of this country during the pandemic. No one saw it. No one saw it. And they still snatching everything that this country have within it. And the people sitting here talking about the one on the left and the one on the right, Republicans, Democratic, Trump, Biden, Epstein, all Obama, all these things to distract you from what they're doing to you. Now, I will say this. I didn't make this title. So I would ask you the question again, what happens when it's over? What is Yah saying to us? What is he saying to Sister Deborah? What is he saying to us? Is this one of these things that he have said to me twice and there it was the next day? Is that the warning that the Father is sending out? It's almost feel like that's what he's saying. Because I didn't come up with this title. Now, let's say he says, what happens when it's over? Are you talking to me, Father Yah? You talking to me, Father Yah? Because if he's just talking to me, then I could see. But no, he's sending a message. And I don't have the fullness of it. I really don't. So I have to come to you all with this here message of how, if it's over, and how Yeshua was able to handle completing what he had to do and to call it out, it's finished. Paul called it out, it's finished. And many others called their life out as if it was finished. It wasn't that it was their life, it was the work that Yah had invested in them. Things were going to change because now they're out of the way. And now things change. So me, myself, I'm going to keep the spiritual eye out for what happens when it is over. First thing I said was, okay, Father, what? If they close TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and so on and so on, because you all wouldn't even believe the impact that it would have on people. Y'all really don't believe it. And it's because people believe nothing that they do not see. And even like the Father told me, he said, Deborah, even if they see it, they still won't believe it. They are numb. It is something that's caused people to be so numb to the reality of things that is before them. So I think about what it was saying, pouring out the strong delusion so that they will believe the lie. Who need more strong delusion to believe the lie that they already believe is a lie? Already believe the lie. But why do you need more? So that they will believe the lie continually. Just like in the days of Noah. Every thought, imagination of their thoughts were only one place: evil and wicked. Not nowhere else, but right there. So let us behold from this day on what happens when it's over. The power of that is when it's over. What is he saying that's about to be over? Let's look at that. Let's see what's going on in the world and see the move of when it's over. What is y'all saying? What is y'all saying? I'm gonna tell you, I did something, and I did something that's not smart. I did something that's not smart. I was thinking, okay, Father, there was times in my younger life when I would have to come to you regarding situations. And boy, let me tell you something. I got to know the Most High Yah like this here, that he ain't nothing you can play with. These situations that I were in, when I came to him in a way that spiritually my hands were thrown up. My hands were totally thrown up. Totally surrendered, even though I was already there. But I came to him in like a fierce. Are you going to let them do me like this? You're going to let them say this? Or you going to let them, hey. Y'all better watch who you think you dealing with and you playing with. Because in my living, I have seen him come off the throne with no play on my behalf. And he wasn't playing either. So I know what he's capable of doing for his. That's why I don't let nobody tell me he ain't when I know he is. I don't let nobody deceive me to the level where I'm going to put him so low and put them high and what they said so high. He has proven himself and showed up and showed out on my behalf. And my mother said, you better watch how you go before him. Pray. You need to pray. I didn't go into no prayer because I didn't have no sense. But the spiritual sense, I knew I had a connection. And ain't nothing on the earth was in my way. I'm going straight to his throne. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. And every time I think about it, I look at it as he came off his throne. He don't need to come off his throne. He don't need to do nothing like that. But that's the way I felt. It's like he came down just to see what they doing. Wait a minute. What you want me to do? Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me fix this. That's how I felt, y'all. That's why I don't let nobody tell me who he is. I ain't got time to turn back to the voices all over the place. Seeing him show up and show out. Put a stop to it. I mean, a finish line stop where you have get up if you want. I know that you can. Because I end that. Yah is not one that we need to be taken as weak. Many of you all don't understand that right hand because you never tried it for yourself. You never had to go to that altar where you know he at and then say, well, Father, y'all, you know they doing this. You seen it doing it. They doing it. They doing this. Stand still and know that I am. You wake up the next day, it's finished. This is where I was wrong at. In the last couple of days, I was thinking, must I cry out to you, Father? Must I cry out to you like yesterday? When it get too bad where I cannot handle it. Must I cry out like yesterday, Father, y'all? This is the way I was thinking. Why was I thinking like that? I see what's coming. I'm trying to find out, can I call on you like I did yesterday, Father, y'all? Will you come? And you know what I was thinking? Let me see something that's taking place that I feel within me that I need to go to his throne with. And I'm saying to him, but if it get like this, Father, y'all didn't get like this, I'm going to do like I used to do. I'll go to your throne because I know. Hey, let me tell you, he'll come up off that throne. That's the only way I can describe it. He'll come up off that throne for his. See, y'all don't know him like that. When you get to know him like that, then come back and tell me who he is. Okay? And my mom would say, what mom say? Oh, no. You better, what she say? I'm trying to see it in which. She said, you need to, look at me. She said, Mama say, you need to pray. Mama say, you need to pray that he don't do that. Mama said, you need to pray. You need to pray that he don't. I can't control the Most High, y'all. But when you are in situations where you trust in him in any and everything, so when a situation come up that cause you to be moved too heavy, to where you're going to the throne, to his altar, telling him about it in a way that, Father, but you know they doing it. They did this and you saw. I ain't no play, y'all. I ain't playing. For that morning, the next day, early morning was over. He didn't fix that. You see? Don't tell me who he is. I don't need you to tell me. He's proven himself to me even though he didn't have to. I told you I've been knowing him because he's been knowing me and allowed me to know him since I was a little girl. That's why I trust in him. And another thing, he know I ain't got no sense. So before he let me take care of the situation, wake up the next morning, it's finished. It's over. You see? And this is how I've learned the power of who he is. Don't estimate that he don't hear you. He don't feel you. He don't see what's going on. But don't let me have to come to the altar. To me, that's like a different story. That's like a different, hey. And I call it, he come down off the throne. He don't play. I guess it's also connected to what he has invested in you. And you are trusting only him in all things. But I'm gonna go on, make it clear. It ain't nothing that I did. I learned who I was in him at a young age. I remember talking to him about situation where things were where I was being lied on. And I went to tell the father, I was in elementary. You think my father didn't fix that thing? He sure did. Every time. every time. So I always felt a connection to putting him on the highest of anything, and he's going to remain there, live or die. He the highest of the highest. He's all power, all excellent, all great, all wonderful, all perfect, all knowing. Even Satan would tell you he all that and some. And we got our tails down here trying to make him like unto a man, making him below. And this is why he ain't showing up and showing out on our behalf, because we want to put him someplace he don't belong. So the question is still yet, what happened when it's over? Let's see what he's meaning by that, because this was not my title. We're going to see exactly what he is saying when he say, what happened when it is over? And if you catch it before I do, send me an email. Send me a message on one of my messages. If you catch it before I do. Because the last two things, I'm like saying, you came to me and told me, and I just said, oh, so that's it. So I don't second guess what he tells me. I don't go back to it and say, let me find out. Let me watch YouTube and Facebook and see what they say. No, I don't. When the Spirit speaks it to me, speak it in me, I believe him. That's just it. I believe him. And I just speak what he said. And nobody was speaking that. And then when I start to hear everybody say it, I said, but Father, that's what you said. Same thing with his wife. And then all of a sudden, it's booming all over. I said, Father, but these are things you said. He just wants me to know. I said it unto you. Because these are things that's actually taking place. So when he says to me, what happens when it's over? First thing I was doing, heading to the scriptures. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I need to give him something, some sort of. So I found Yeshua telling you how he had finished, how it was over for what he came down here to do. Then I know John the Baptist said, I have fought a good fight. I have finished the course. It's time for me to receive my reward. I'm getting up out of here. Why are you so excited, John the Baptist? You getting ready to die. You see? Just because it's over don't mean it's over, y'all. It's something in us have to understand. Yeshua's over and Paul's over and all the disciples and all the men of Yah. All of them had to say that statement. Did y'all know that? They had to call out, it's finished. It's over. Y'all didn't know they did it, did y'all? Before they left out here, they had to announce it. So it goes back with me saying, is he talking to me? What is he talking about? Whatever it is, I still give him praise, glory, and honor. Whatever it is, I still yet give him praise, glory, and honor. I want you all to hear. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it on both. I try to put it on. This young man that had, y'all, he was just what, 56 years old. What are you doing? Gray-headed from one end to the other. What's going on in some people it's just genetic, where your parents was gray-headed before their time. Sometimes it ain't about what's going on in your life and the worries. That's just really a lot of witchcraft, because a person don't have to be gray all over to and it be a warning or what they're going through. It don't all the time. I'm gonna try to show you this here, and I just want to let you see what he was saying, and I hope y'all could see it. I don't know. I don't know if y'all going, no. I don't know if y'all going to be able to see it, but I'm going to try to to do it so where you all can hear it. Because I want y'all to hear his last, not his last, but almost his last. And you can kind of hear the very well. I guess I can say it like that. Okay, let's just hear him. I hope y'all can see it.
God's church. So as we engage, recognize the power and significance of our weaponry. So what do? There's two things that we do. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God. And two, we take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete. So here are the two things that we do. Number one, destroy every argument and lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God. We have to go to war against these ideologies. We have to identify them. And we have to identify the danger that they pose. And we have to dismantle them. Now, not all of us do this in the same way or to the same degree or from the same position or whatever. And one of the things that I've been talking to people about recently is, it's interesting. A lot of people, when you start talking about critical theory, critical race theory, and intersectionality, and God's church.
Okay, could y'all hear that? Give me a thumbs up if you heard it. What this man was actually saying, I was wondering if you all heard it. Were you able to hear it? I mean, like really hear it. Were you able to hear it? I guess not.
We engage, recognize the power and significance of our weaponry.
Wait a minute.
God's church. So as we engage, recognize the power and significance of our weaponry. So what do? There's two things that we do. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God. And two, we take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete. So here are the two things that we do. Number one, destroy every argument and lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God. We have to go to war against these ideologies. We have to identify them. And we have to identify the danger that they pose. And we have to dismantle them.
Now, you see what he was just saying? Who do you think he's talking about? Who is this they? Who is this them?
Power and significance of our weaponry.
You get what I'm saying? And I know it went over your head. This man just passed away. You know that's who he's talking about. But he's telling you, almost like they got such a power that we got to destroy. We have to destroy them. He even called it going a war against. See, he's telling it. He's telling it. But see, no one's listening. Whoops. Oh, that was my fault. That was my fault there. This is the see how this man just died. He just died. Do you see how you can be somebody sending a message and they still don't get it? Even in your last days, they still don't get it. I see thumbs down. What does that mean? Yep. That, and let me tell you something else. That's why they're connecting him to Charlie Kirk, because they know that it was that same, he was doing the same identical thing that Charlie Kirk was doing, except for he wasn't about the word. Charlie Kirk wasn't about the word. But this man, that's why I said he was in it for so long, teaching them lies and saying things they want them to say, even covering up Israel, just like America covered up Israel. He was doing the same thing. Yep. You can't do anything in the flesh without the Ruach. So he waited to his end days to speak. I guess he figured, because what is it when they say, what is medical incident? What is that? Medical incident. What is that? Anybody know? Okay, there you go. You say you heard the video clear. Okay. Did you all hear the video or you didn't? Is that why your thumbs are down? Oh, yes. But it's all in the opening. It's all on online, and everything. It's just everything is really being clearly revealed. It really is. So again, keep an eye out. The one, I'm speaking to the one that is of spirit and truth and the light. Keep an eye out on what happens when it's over. What is actually the spirit could be actually saying. Okay, what could he be actually saying? Because it's not a title that I came up with. It was a title that was spoke to the inside of me. So I titled it that. Medical emergency. Oh, are you for real? They said, when that's how they say he died, through a medical emergency. All that time, because I thought I heard him saying he had to do a surgery and he had to do this, or something happened where he's being tested and it's getting better and it's getting better. Then all of a sudden he did. Now, every time somebody passes away, we can't just say it's their fault, okay? But until people understand that that which is in the dark is going to come to light. So you're going to see a lot of things come to light, okay? And it's going to be hard for you to even grip it or accept it. It's because they have hid so much in the darkness to where we are in a time where those things that's in the dark shall come to light. People ain't ready for it. It's not something they would embrace or they would connect to at all, because they don't want to have anything to do with anything coming forth from behind what was already present. Nobody don't even want to hear it. Like I told y'all, even with the Epstein files, they need to just sit down. This, you see how they are so embedded in things that has to do with their own people, the Europeans, to where if they turned around and hand you a file, even though they're not going to, they have destroyed the files, y'all. Every billionaire is in the files. Everybody you know is in the files. It shows up, all of them in the files, who rule the four country. So what makes you think they're going to give you Epstein file? Why are you making a big issue when they trying to steal and take everything you got from your job to your retirement, to your bank account, to your very life, and all you want to do is get some files of Epstein? For what? They've been ruling you before Epstein file. They've been taking lives before Epstein file. So what is it a country that hold firm to Epstein's file for what? And what you gonna do with it if they gave it to you when you ain't got sense enough to believe or know that it's impossible for the rich of the rich of the rich giving you their files to show you what they've been doing to babies. You stupid. That's how dumb the country is. That's how dumb they are. They trying to get something. They gave you Kennedy file. Look how they gave us Martin Luther King file. Judah didn't give a rest behind what was in Martin Luther King file. You never heard nothing about it, did you? It would have shown you who was all connected to it. It was in there. But guess what? You ain't hear no Judah open up or bringing out or speaking on the files of Martin Luther King. They gave the Kennedy files showing you that Israel was connected. But they gave you the Martin Luther King file, but the people of Martin Luther King could give a rat's behind. That's the same thing with this Epstein. You can't defeat these people knowing what's in that file. They sitting here poisoning you and you ain't got sense enough to see it. They took houses in 2008 and you all didn't say a word. Millions of homes. They even doing it now. They getting ready to sue Zillow because they have placed these houses skyrocket beyond the cost of these houses. Even when they raised the interest and everything, they went way and beyond. Now they still suing them for millions of dollars. Everybody is out to crook somebody some way or another. And I said, now, this is what I was saying to this landlord that was over to their house. I said, ain't nobody gonna pay you that type of money for no 1-bedroom house. But did you look on Zillow? I don't give a rat's behind. And I told her just like that, what Zillow put on it. And now, here it is 6 months later, they getting ready to sue Zillow, I don't know, I think I'm saying that right. Zillow, well, whatever it is, it tells you how much a house costs and so on. And they didn't raise these prices up on these houses. And I was explaining to her, people are going to get in so much trouble for their eternal life doing stuff like that because you're playing the same role as those who rule the country. It has a big part in greed. You know that your house is not worth it. It's okay to get something, but don't sit and get with the world to get you something you know you ain't entitled to. That's what this country is. A lot of people have no idea that this country turned around, upped the minimum wage, and then brought it back down. Did y'all know that? I know y'all didn't. People are paying less than the minimum wage that was said to be set. I'm hearing it from Texas. I'm hearing it even from this state that I'm in. How can they dare? I was working there. This is what they're saying. And now they dropped the pay since I resigned and going back. They started you off way lesser. I said, I thought that it was different. Then when I did the search, guess what, y'all? They are doing it. It's almost like something was signed that they can pay you whatever they want. They don't have to pay you the $15 that they said was to be minimum wage. And they wondering why people don't want to work. That's just something to tease them. It's just something that, I think that's horrible for this country to continue to do that. But I got to believe what y'all said. That's why, Deborah, all of that people are hooping and hollering about is the reason why I'm coming to destroy it. Satan had set up in that place and did all kind of things, caused those who was in his pyramid to do all kind of things to control that country and the four corners in many ways. His time is up. His time is up. It's over. Now I got to bring, now the country have to come down and they know it's finna be destroyed. So that's why they're robbing everybody in this country. And people don't have no idea that's what they're doing to them. They have no idea. And nor do they care. And they shouldn't care. Because I think the moment of exactly what is the title, what happens when it's over. Those who don't care, when it's over, they're going to start caring enough to come after you. That's how it's going to happen. They coming for you. And you ain't got nothing for them to get, but they coming for you, dead or alive. Have something or you don't. They coming for you. See, that's what people don't understand. Chaos got to come in this country in a way you never seen it, you never felt it, you never thought it, you never believed it. Because y'all got to show up and show out. He has to allow these things to take place because everybody have ignored his warning. So, okay, you ignore my warning. So now you need to see. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And the technology that they have down here, I mean, you would think people would run from it, but now they run to it. They want AI and never be as intelligent as a human being. But what did the people in this country do? They made it intelligent than a human being. So you're going to see the outcome of everything that this country have done and continue to do, as if there's not a creator who has what? Has an end to it. It's an end to it. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in this evening, and watch out for what happens when it's over. What happens when it's over? Watch out for it. Shalom and shalom.